What's the worst kind of mother you could possibly have? I was talking on the phone with my mom a couple months back. We don't have the best relationship, and neither of us have ever been close to the other. I'm one of 3 siblings, and I am the middle child, and I remember growing up that my older sister and my mom were the best of friends until she moved out and joined the Navy. Then, when my mom divorced my dad, she often took my younger sister, who was more outgoing than I was, out shopping and out to eat. They'd talk about boys, relationship advice, whatever. Things I didn't have a lot of interest in. I often felt left out, especially when she would take my sister out of school early and the two of them would take out-of-town trips together without telling or inviting me along. Staying over at my mom's boyfriend's houses, going to the Mall of America, the Wisconsin Dells, etc. etc. This is when my sister and I were 12 and 14, with myself being the older, so it wasn't as if I wouldn't have been able to take care of myself. Anyway, fast forward a few years, I'm now 22 years old. I've been in therapy on and off for depression and anxiety. My mom and I don't really talk about the therapy stuff. It's something she's never been interested in, and something I haven't been comfortable sharing with her for a long time. However, a couple months ago my car went to the shop, a valve failed and the calipers got locked up, costing several $100s for parts, as well as labor. I was saving up the money, out of a working vehicle for a couple months, and needed a ride to my appointment. It was an inpatient appointment with a trauma specialist I had been referred to, and it was the first I had with her, so she wanted to meet me in person before moving the other visits to video visits. Anyway, I called my mom. I told her about my car troubles, asked if she might be working that day. She works as a hospice care worker in the county, and often drives through town for her job. Anyway, hoping to catch a ride. We got to talking about the appointment, the specialist, other upcoming appointments, and we beat around the bush for quite a bit before she finally said, "Well, I knew he had touched you, I just hadn't known he'd had sex with you." This is in reference to her boyfriend violently raping me when I was 14. I didn't get mad or upset at her. I still felt the same numb and empty feeling I have when it comes to my mom. I told her, I don't really think it matters how far it went, what matters is you knew and did nothing. I've struggled with my relationship with my family for years. I love them. But I think I'm only able to love them at a distance. I don't talk to any of them regularly. My dad and I last spoke in September, when my grandpa died. The last time I spoke to my mom was that phone conversation, and when she asked if I was coming to her house for Thanksgiving. I lied and told her I had to work because I still don't believe I've fully processed that phone call. It's complicated. I love my mom, I love my family, and I know they're not perfect, and I know that they don't necessarily look out for my best interests. Or really care about what I'm up to or how I'm doing because none of them check in. I told my therapist about the phone call and she said, "You know your mom will never be able to empathize with you about any of what we talk about, right?" She's also told me my parents had no business having children. I think I am still fully wrapping my head around how toxic and horrible my mom is as a person. But that phone call really started opening my eyes to how she's treated me in the past and how little she cares, even now.